Hi, my name is William Beam. Thanks for joining me. I just wanted to give you a quick overview of how I start off every photograph in Lightroom. And pretty much every photo is going to need some post-processing. It's going to need a little bit of help. This one is actually one of my favorite photographs, but you can see it starts off, it's very flat. I've got a nice shot here in Washington, D.C. of the Martin Luther King Memorial, but it needs a little bit of help to kind of bring it out to what I saw when I was there. So my steps are really very quick, very simple, and it's just a starting place. It's not necessarily going to finish the photo, but it's going to get me to a place where all I need to do then is start making little tweaks and adjustments. First thing I'm going to do is come over here in the develop module over to lens correction and just check this little box, enable profile correction. Right off the bat, you can see the difference. If you look in the corners here, I'll toggle this. You can see where I've got a little bit of vignetting from my lens. It just turns that off. It kind of brightens the whole image and it corrects any lens distortion that's in there. Next, we're going to go up to the basic panel. And I'm holding down the shift key, and I kind of like to go in reverse order. So I'm going to double click the blacks, double click the whites. Same thing with the shadows and highlights. I'm going to add just a little bit of contrast and a little bit of vibrance, probably about 20 to 25. That's my beginning. Now, doing this step where you double click, it lets Lightroom kind of make the choice of what your blacks are going to be, what your whites are going to be. If you're not satisfied, you can go ahead and change those sliders. There's no rules about it. And sometimes it'll evaluate and says you don't need to change your highlights or shadows. You may disagree. For example, if I wanted to bring out this area over here, maybe I would go ahead and hit my, bring up my shadows. I might do that as an individual adjustment, but all I'm really doing here is getting a starting place. And if I hit the backslash key, that's where we began. And after just a couple of seconds, we come up with something like this. Now, the photo is certainly not complete. I haven't sharpened it yet. You can tell I've got some dust spots and there's something over here that I want to clone. But to get a start on your photos, just to kind of bring out the presence, the color, and give you an idea of what you're really working with to get beyond the flat image that you get from your camera, that's a quick, easy step to go. It gives you a starting place, and it probably takes you a bulk of the way for most of your photos towards completion. Hope that helped. Thanks very much. You can find me at williambeam.com.